But anyway, here's the question, Duncan. Do you think he's learned anything, or do you think he's going to be the same old chavvy cunt?
Smoothie, you mean?
Who else are we talking?
I thought you were talking about the guy who just did the sticker.
No. We can move on from that now. No, I'm talking about Sam. Do you think he's still going to be doing pills while we're trying to do a show?
That he's not really. He's more like the Doc. He's more like a Doc-billed platypus because he's a strange creature that shouldn't exist and is all about that beak.
that is Sam. For sure,
the most well-known feature of him is his beak. So.
Yeah. Was it Bruce Lee who said that? To beat your opponent, you just outlive them or something? I don't know.
In that case, Bruce Lee did lose to a lot of his opponents.
Oh, massively. What a pussy.
That one came back to bite him.
What a massive pussy. I beat Bruce Lee.
I didn't Bruce Lee. Think about your daft cunt. I just said if you beat your opponents in Jeet Kune Do match, you are the winner. Don't go staying alive because you've then gone and had an absolute Hartsburg / being killed by the CIA. Someone from a country I don't want to mention that if they did do it, again, I'm not saying they did. And if they did, I didn't do it. So you make up the rest of your mind. I won't go to prison. I know it's
so ridiculous that we're at a point where you'll happily criticize the CIA, but not the other countries you can't talk about.
I'm not going to fucking Langley tomorrow, am I? Like,
I don't know about that, mate. Keep talking. I might have to. So, Duncan, what is the temperature of jet fuel? Do you know?
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Who really knows? I think is he like 20? That's young as fuck these days.
Right, here's the question.
You know what I mean?
If I say this joke, we're gonna have to timestamp it. I don't think it's actually that bad.
Why do it then?
No, because it's
but why risk it? Like,
I'll type it to you. You tell me if this is,
just type it out first, Duncan. Remember the deal.
Too bad.
Okay, remember the deal. Let's have a look. The thing is, as well, whenever you do this, it's mild as fuck always. It's the stuff you actually say that's worse. I don't really know where you're going with it.
It's borderline enough. It's a good joke, but the problem is that it could be misinterpreted.
We'll just leave that
one. All right, we'll leave that one. It was good. That's all you need to know. It was good.
Listen, I'll credit you for thinking of it.
All right, fair enough.
There you go. Well done.
Put it this way, if this was unfiltered 10 years ago, I'd have already said this joke about 10 years
I know, yeah, exactly. And no one would give a fuck either.
Sadly, people would have just thought, it's probably just a stupid joke.
Matter of time before those VODs get trolled, by the way. I can't wait for that to happen.
The real joke is it'll be us mass flagging Chanman's VODs again. People who actually get on the show, exactly.
Yep. Take it down, Chanman. I
think he just purposely keeps it vague.
Oh yeah, a classic DK, right? Like just vague.
Not that it is those three. Like.
Yeah, it says the three talent members originally expected to miss the major tournament were Anders, Moses, Thorin, and it is unclear at this time if any of the three of them will come with the ladder. But discussions are ongoing. Duncan,
I love discussions.
Yeah, same. Come on, it ain't China. Which surely you can talk about this, you man.
I will just say this:
yeah,
for some of those individuals reported on by DK, it sounds like there are positive signs on the horizon, and I think that actually some of those individuals, who may or may not be me, but again may not be me, something might happen. You know what? If I wasn't me and I didn't know me or any of the circumstances around me, I'd bet that there's a good chance I might be there.
So,
I mean, listen, I just want to say,
like, anything about it, did I? Fucking hell!
Out of all the current CS pros, who could smoke the most meth? What is that?
I know it.
What is that?
Well, the joke is, I actually literally, back in the day,
he's thought about it, guys.
I know pro players who did smoke meth. In the days before Adderall was the thing, there were players from the west coast of America who basically used meth for what Adderall would now be used for. Steel plater, have your reflexes be on point, be fucking wired so you can play for a day and a half or whatever. And all I can tell you is, obviously don't take this as advice, but I can't lie, some of them were fucking amazing at the game.
I'm
not
just
great commercial there, is it? I know.
Mate, turns out it does tweak you. I'm sure there's a lot of the people who like have been researching Fortnite for all the big media networks that probably don't know what Counterstrike is. And all of a sudden, when we've got this big event that's going to get like 1 million viewers,
their desk's going to raise up 2 inches when they find out that there's an actual game based on terrorism, and you can play the terrorism with. That's just going to be. That's going to.
Oh yeah.
And then they're going to be like, wait, you can shoot them and plant bombs.
Did I just see a bomb planted?
They'll be like that picture of Nico where his eyes are just rolled back in his head like he's contacting
he's just
yes,
walking
master.
out.
Yes, me, master.
Mate, I'm telling you, dude, like, for real, it's like, wait, the game says terrorists win. You know what I mean? Like,
well, anyway, let's not judge the game too harshly. What ethnicity are some of these terrorists?
Yeah, it's is there any way we could change that to freedom fighters? So yeah, it's gonna be it is, I think it's coming. Well, I'm just gonna tell you this straight off the bat, right? In case people weren't clear on my view. Zeus is a cunt. I get it if you're some legendary player, why not? Like, if Neo like this, right?
You cut that out a bit. You cut that out a bit. Yeah.
Hang on. Sorry.
I think it might be turned up a bit too loud because it's quite loud on the mic anyway. Should he turn it down a bit, Sam? I think that's what it was. It is because usually that's what makes it cut, right? It goes too loud and it just cuts the whole thing.
Well, I could just stop shouting.
It's all right now. that would in some ways ruin the atmosphere of the show.
Yeah, that's true.
Imagine if we were all just sat really quiet, like fucking C-SPAN or something. Like, well, Richard, the neoliberal perspective. That would be the worst shit ever, wouldn't it? It would just be so garbage.
Mate, I want to do a podcast about Trudeau, me, but anyway, let's not. Right? So he's out of control.
I call him fucking Alibaba.
Anyway, so Arabian. Right, anyway, right, let's just let's keep it. Yeah, it's shameful what he did.
Yes,
shameful.
Yes, exactly. I disavow.
I totally disavow Justin Trudeau. I want that on record. So anyway, let's move on.
The thing is, one thing you have to say about Zeus is though, even right at the end, okay, sure, like he had problems, he had disability, but also he still had disability to get that fucking bag. He was getting what?
All right, mate. All right, good job. Let's timestamp all of this. Let's do.
That was actually just shit. I can't even lie. Like,
I know.
It was self-indulgent. It's self-indulgent.
The third question. All of the members of the on-camera CS talent pool suddenly find themselves being swarmed by hordes upon hordes of 6-year-olds hell-bent on their total annihilation.
So they're going to a Brazilian major. That's pretty good. That wasn't bad.
That's not bad. So yeah, they're at the Brazilian major. Who is the first to fall? Who will be the last man standing? And who will have the highest kill count?
That last one's also mad reasonable, isn't it? Just murdering 6-year-old kids.
I know.
First to fall has to be like here's for this one. You know what? This will sound weird, but I actually think that the first person to fall would have to be someone like Smix or Anders. And my main reason I say that is because they're just too nice as people. Like, I don't think that they would be able to have that moment you meant to have where you realize it's life and death. And you like, listen, I wouldn't even need that moment. I'd just start drop kicking kids' fucking heads out of the room. I'd be like fucking Adam Vinatieri. Like, I'd be blasting these motherfuckers like there was Super Bowls on the line. Like, and then someone would go, by the way, I think those kids were trying to kill you and allowed to kill them. I'd, oh, yeah, I knew that.
For me, first of all, it's probably DDK.
Oh, he's going to be quick and early as well.
Yeah, I think you try and reason with him. Go, guys, well, what do you think about Fuku's pendulum? And he would just get swarmed by them.
And like also, their tiny little feet would be able to stamp his head out. So I think some little kid jumping on his head, it'd crack like a fucking watermelon, mate. It'd be done instantly.
Except more like a walnut, though, honestly, if we're going on scale. So then it goes, who will be the last man standing? Well,
maybe Pimp will be the last standing. He's probably in the best shape of everyone. Him and Dan are actually in fucking really good shape. So
think about how many he would just accidentally decapitate when he brushed up against his chin. Fucking,
so he could absolutely.
He got natural weaponry, that guy.
Spin around like Crash Bandicoot and decapitate loads of them, like the beginning of Blade when he threw that thing that went around that building. He could just, with his Doritos chin, he could just be locked like the heads off. Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like, honestly, mate, you could fucking put him upside down and mow your lawn. He's out of
And you can sell them hot dogs to try and reason with them, try and get them
Yeah,
away.
true. MSL and Pimp, because obviously they played on lots of teams together.
Sure.
Those dudes were fucking outrageous, mate. The night Sam went fucking crazy because he downed a pint of rum, like where Vince tried to stage an intervention for Sam because Sam was out of control. Right? Those guys, MSL and Pimp, were there. I can't remember what.
How
fucking
naive
event
fucking
it was.
Vince think he can have an intervention?
I know, mate. Yeah, I just want to clarify
that
an intervention will not work. It will not. Sam and me are on the death train. Like we're that no intervention's necessary. We know what we're doing.
Sam, do you know you're gonna die? Yeah.
Sam, I'd just like to read this letter to you, Sam. I love you. All right, no 23+1 shit. No, but I love you, and your drug and alcohol abuse is hurting our friendship. Like, all right, you daft cunt. You got any?
Yeah, it sounds like you're just soft as shit, like.
Yeah.
And that's the end of that.
I'm going to finish that fucking Newcastle Brown meal.
But if you're not gonna have your drugs, I'll have them then.
First off, I just want to say.
Wait, 1 second. I just want to grab a drink quickly.
Yes, no worries.
I forgot to get one for the shorts. So I can't handle 2 hours in this heat. Wait there 1 second.
No, it's fine. It's fine. He's a fucking classic ginger in the sun.
Everyone watch him exit.
Look at him go as well. Oh, like he's like a fucking schoolboy trying to hide his emotion. What's wrong with him? Like, fuck me, dude. Well, yeah,
Back in the game.
Right, that location, nice
Yeah.
and secret. No one needs to know
no,
about
I
it.
get it. I've got assassins coming at me too, man. I'm like, fucking, what are you sending those killers at my head, Jay-Z? That's
I know.
how I'm living. Anyway, so look, the first thing I wanted to just address with the DreamHack Malmo thing was we were in a situation where.
By the way, just as a quick aside, you know all those times in green rooms where I told you that actually Kanye West wasn't going mentally ill and that he's totally fine.
Yeah, you know,
Because I just enjoyed his
Yeah, I
music.
do remember that.
Right. When he announced
Do you now accept Kanye West might be mentally ill?
Yeah, at that point, I actually started thinking you had a point there, Rich, when he just announced he's only making exclusively Christian-based music for the rest of his life. Like,
Yeah,
you might have been honest with that one.
Yeah, no, the fact that he made a video game, which was just
That is amazing, isn't it?
It's just his dead mother in heaven flying
When you tell people
through
that,
clouds.
yeah, the best thing is when you tell people they think you're trolling. You're like, no, it's real. You can go look at the
he
video.
actually
Like,
launched a
it's
video game
unbelievable.
and like then asked Mark Zuckerberg for $3 billion. And he said, I've got a business plan. And he wrote words on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
That was a synergy. Synergy of what? Synergy. Technology. It was just like buzzwords. It was ridiculous. So yeah, I mean, I'm not a doctor, I'm not an expert, but Kanye was giving me a sort of get this man some help kind of vibe. And yeah, I did see this announcement. Like, it's good, you know, gospel, Christian-based music, whatever it is he's going to be doing. As long as he's happy, I'm happy for him. You know, he's earned a bit of happiness in his life. Another one upvoted. I'm not a Fnatic fan. But what do you
It's going to be
expect?
amazing.
Yeah, you know, immediately good, isn't it? I am not a Fnatic fan. But honestly, what do you expect if you trash talk a legendary team with such a legacy as an analyst and then they end up winning? You want esports to be a sport? Welcome to sports.
Well, we've been officially welcome to sports, so
Yep, thanks.
he's welcomed us in. Yeah.
Thanks, random player CSGO. Welcome
By
to
the way,
sport. I'm glad. No, it's good. Come aboard.
Yeah. You know when you're in the pub and you just hear people having conversations about UFC and you almost just have to leave where they're just going like, see, I wouldn't go down. I've got too much heart, you know. Like, fucking hell, look at the way he just takes that. Like, he just doesn't have the fucking, you don't understand. I'm Italian. I'm a fighter. Like, I don't fuck around like that. You're like, you just got KO.
If someone put me in an armbar, I wouldn't tap out until it fucking broke.
I love the
And
ones who
then
are like that.
I'd make him think I tapped out with it flapping around. I'd break his fucking jaw with the fight me like a fucking hell.
He goes, and when he realizes I'm not giving up with a broken arm, he'll be just mentally broken, won't he? He won't be able to even come back.
Nemesis asks, after getting wrecked out of your mind, do you sleep on your left or right? Mate, if I could just pick one position and fucking stick to it, but I'm at that age now where I'm like a pug dog. It just existence is pain. It's like, oh god, can barely breathe, back hurts, knee hurts, getting up every fucking 3 hours to have tiny little pathetic wheeze, like, and then just back to bed. Like, being old is fucking ass. So the idea that I can just sleep on one side for an entire night would be brilliant. All I know is there's a good chance, like a fucking turtle, if I fell asleep on my back, I would think I would just die. I think that's how the story ends, actually. What about you, Duncan? Left or right?
That feel, even though it's just such an irrelevant thing, that feels too intimate. You may as well just ask for a picture of my feet with mustard sprayed on them, you daft cunt. What are you trying to get out with this? This is just too weird. I don't give a... You'll never find out which way I sleep. You can murder me and see which my dead body falls. That's the closest you'll ever come.
Thanks for the question, Nemesis. He might actually become your nemesis after that. Right?
I know.